Hi, everybody. Welcome to Chat and Craft with Lorraine. Today is Tuesday, February 4th. It's about 2:45 in the afternoon. I don't usually go live on a Tuesday or on YouTube, but I went live this morning on Facebook to make up for not doing one on Sunday or Monday night, and I had problems with my audio. So I'm redoing it over here, and then I'll post the link on Facebook. So hopefully you can hear me okay. There's nobody on watching just yet, but if you cannot hear, please always speak up and let me know. We're going to do some masking today. So I have some, let me make this screen bigger. Let's go like this. Okay. So I have some masking paper here. This is a thin paper that has a release sheet on the back, and it's sticky, and you put it on something and it will keep the area underneath clean and free of stamping, and you can stamp kind of around it. So I've cut out a piece of that masking paper with one of the Nested Essentials dies, this rounded rectangle. We're going to use that. It makes a nice clean spot in the center of your card mat. All right, I have some eyeballs. Please let me know if you can hear me, if the audio sounds okay. I would love to know that before I go any further, since I had a little bit of trouble this morning with my audio. Oh, all right, I'm going to have to just keep going and trust the process. All right, so I'm going to put this right in the center of my mat. My white mat is 5¼ by 4, and I'm going to stamp around the mat right now. And that does not look, oh, there's two things I didn't do. One, that is not straight, and two, something very important I lucked out there is that this is a little bit too sticky, and sometimes it pulls off a layer of your cardstock. So it's good to put it on your shirt or your pants and then pull it off again. All right, so now I'm going to try to put it on there a little straighter. All right, we'll go with that. So we're going to use some flowers today from the Delightful Wishes stamp set. This is a really fun stamp set, and we're using this for a stamp camp at the end of the month. I really like these two flower stamps right here. It's a two-step stamp. So you would do your lighter color here and then your darker color on top of it. And so that's what we're going to do around this mask today. Whoops, I've already got my stamps out. So we are going to use Flirty Flamingo and Boho Blue. So I'm going to start with the Flirty, and I have a piece of scrap paper here because I'm going to stamp off. So stamp off and then stamp a flower on. And I'm going to go all the way around. Oh, I forgot to stamp off. Oh, well. Then I'm going to do one in the middle of the bigger sides. Okay. There we go. And we'll see. Then I take my second layer stamp and I'm going to stamp right over these. And I don't really worry about how it lines up. I know it's probably making some people shudder, but I don't think it has to line up exactly. If I wanted to make it line up, I think it would go like that, maybe. I don't know. I don't even know. You use the pictures on the front of your stamp case, and that would help you line them up. I think maybe, I don't know. I really don't even know how it lines up. Okay, so there's the Flirty Flamingo with one a little darker than the others. I'm going to close that up, and I'm going to get out my boho blue. Let's clean our stamps off though. Okay. And so I have to stamp off with the boho blue as well. And I'm going to just stamp these right in between. I'm going to try to put 2 of them in there. All right. Just a couple more of these going around. Okay. And let's do the second layer. Oh, that's so pretty. Love the boho blue. Where I have 2 stamps, 2 of the blue right next to each other, I did the second one stamped off a little bit. Just to have a little variation in color. But maybe it's a little too light. There we go. So now we have a beautiful arrangement of flowers, and it goes right over my mask. And I'm going to pull my masking paper off slowly and carefully, and I keep it really close like that so that it doesn't try to grab a layer of cardstock. There we go. So now we have this beautiful area right there where we can put a sentiment. So I'm going to stamp, I think I'll get, I'll use this blue. Let me get a piece of white. That my wishing will fit on. And we'll stamp that. That's from this stamp set also. Has the word wishing that we can then cut out with a die. And that will look very pretty on there. So let me get this block is not quite big enough. Here we go. And I'm going to ink this up. I've got ink all over my block. Well, we're going to cut it out. So if I get that ink on the paper, it won't really matter because we're going to die cut it. Yeah, and that ink pad looks like it may need to be re-inked. I'm going to get my Misty Moonlight and we'll try it with that one. Misty Moonlight and a different piece of white. All right, I know I have some around here someplace. White cardstock. Well, we'll use one of these and just die cut it from that. Okay, this is gonna be better. better coverage and a little bit darker. All right, so there's the wishing. I'm going to put this right on top, make sure I can see my dotted dots on the eyes, and if I can, it should cut it out very well. So let's cut that out. I'm going to have to put a quick piece of my Post-it note tape on there, just because I want to get this very well. Okay. Tape on. And I run it through my machine. And now I get my take your pick tool. And there we go. So now we have wishing you, or wishing. And we can add a stamp. I think we'll say, wishing you a happy birthday. Which one says a happy birthday? Here it is. And we'll stamp the happy birthday right on our card front. So once again, I'll try to get that straight. And it's a little bit long, but I'm going to go for it. Wishing you a happy birthday. And I could have used an adhesive sheet for this. I'm going to have to go on an angle there, or over that way a little bit. Let me think about that while I get a card base to put that on. Let's get a flirty flamingo piece and maybe a boho blue piece. Let's see how we want to do this. Sorry, I can't get the paper out of the package. All right, let's cut a piece of flirty flamingo, 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. That will be a mat. And then we'll do a card base, 5.5 by 8.5. And we'll score it at 4 1/4. And then I have several other of these cards to show you. Oh, I should have cut my card base the other way. Yeah. Oh, well. I got flustered because the other video wasn't working. And that's what happened. There we go. And I think I'm going to put this on an angle. Just a little bit of glue. Hold that down for just a second. There we go. And we will put this on here. That's, wow, that looks very, very close. There we go. We want to see a little bit of that boho blue under there. So I'm going to have to be very careful. There we go. All right, so there is the card we just made. So we masked off that center area and then stamped around it. And here are a few more I made. You get these dirty stamps out of the way. So this is another one with the boho blue and the flirty flamingo. I did the matting a little bit differently on that. I think it's a little better with the wider border. There's a Valentine that I made with the Hearts of Elegance stamp set. This one is made with the Natural Botanical. And I just went around with the fern. Two of them are in Pretty Peacock and two are in Lost Lagoon. And then this one is in Blackberry Bliss and Night of Navy, but my Night of Navy needed to be re-inked. And when I re-inked it and did this one, this is what it looks like. So these little dots come through because the nested essential dies are stitched. They have those little dots, but I really like the way it makes a bit of a border or a bit of an accent around it. So there's a bunch of cards I made today just by masking off a center area for your sentiments. I hope you like them and I hope you will give it a try. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'd love it if you would subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications so you'll get notified when there's a new video or a live. And if there's anything I can do to help you make cards at home, I would love to do that. I love to help people make cards. All right. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Bye-bye.